Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So we are here for our 3 p.m. tea talk. Today we talk about financial planning and you. And of course, my name is Kevin. The reason we are doing this is because this whole week is actually what we call a financial planning week. And tomorrow is the World Financial Planning Day. So I was thinking maybe I can try to do something that is related to financial planning to help more people understand more about financial planning as well as what does a financial planner do, and try to do a short live stream on a daily basis over this next 5 days to 6 days period of time. And today I have invited five amazing colleagues that I'm working with every day. We discuss about things, and of course our role are the same. We are licensed financial planner. We help our clients with managing their money and whatnot. But I think that it's fair that you guys get to see other financial planner and what they are doing and how they're doing, and maybe more importantly, why they become a financial planner. Just not only hear from me all the time. So that's why I invited them, and they gracefully accepted this, even though it's very last minute invitation. And as far as the planning is concerned, there's a pretty shocking story just about 10 minutes ago. I just realized that actually this software that I'm using to do live streaming can only accommodate up to 5 guests, and therefore two of them will join us later, and we now only have three of them in the studio with me. And they are the first one. I'm just going through my the list in my window. The first one is a lady named Ewan. So now let me bring Ewan in. Hi, Ewan. Ewan, you are muted.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for your invitations to come to your live session.
Good afternoon. So now let me bring on the second attractive guy, Leonard, who's always have a lot of energy. One. You are muted. Hello.
Hi everyone. Hi Kevin.
You
Can
don't
you hear
need to
me?
say hi to Ewan.
No, hi
Hi,
everyone.
Leonard.
No, we have
Nice to see
Vivian also
everyone
saying
here.
hi to us. Hi, Vivian also. Okay, now the next one, who is next on the line, is none other than another young fella. His name is Woon Bing. Hi, Woon Bing.
Hi Kevin. Hi everyone. Hi, thanks for
Okay,
inviting me to join your live session.
welcome. So it's actually my pleasure that you guys agree to have a virtual, like a virtual tea time together. But my tea almost finished already. Not sure whether you guys have your tea or coffee with you, but never mind. So I thought maybe we just chat a bit on a very basic question. I believe there are reasons that we are doing what we are doing. So, and you guys like me are a financial planner, but maybe I become a financial planner for a different reason compared to you and Ewan and Leonard. So since you are the last one to be introduced, maybe I thought I should start with you. Wenbin, can you share with us what motivates you to be a financial planner now? I understand that you were working with a multinational banking institution before you switch your career and pivot to become a financial planner. What's so special about this career that made you change your course or direction?
Mm. All right, thanks for your questions. I think it started out as a personal interest in finance, and I think many years back, and I just started working. I took a lot of initiative to find out what are the best practices in managing personal finances. Learning about cash flow, investments, insurance, right? So, of course, all of this, I find it that it helps me to plan better for my money, right? Then as I continue working for many years, right, I started to find out that I've been advising my colleagues about finances, because sometimes they have some burning questions about their cash flow, even sometimes investments. So naturally, I started to let them know what could be the best way they can go about it. And I think during that time, then I started to realize that, hey, why not? I also heard about financial planning. So why not? I just go and find out more about it. And then there's a course of CFP, right? Certified Financial Planner. So I took it as personal interest, and I studied for about 1.5 years. Right, but during that time, then I found that actually I fell in love with all the modules and what it taught me. Then I started thought, hey, I think this could be this could be what I'm looking for, right? Then I took took some time to think about it. Then I said to myself, I think I'm going to be a financial planner, right?
Wow.
And well, fast forward, I think what motivates me more is also currently I'm seeing that there are a lot of scams going on outside, right? And I felt that probably I could also play a bigger role in educating the public about what are the red flags when if they see the scams, they will know that they have to be careful and to avoid. So it motivates me further to bring my role to the next level, right? And then to let people know that they should be careful in placing their trust to people, and that there are telltale signs that who to trust and who not to trust. So
Okay.
I think to continue my work.
Wow. Thank you for that amazing story about why you are doing what you're doing. And so I take it that that means many years ago when you are working, even though you are still considered young, but your colleagues back then, your ex-colleagues, trusted you enough to know that you do know what you are talking or what you're saying, and then they refer to you when they need information before they make certain decision about their money and whatnot. So I think this is a very good sign. It means you have a very good concept about how your money should be managed and whatnot, and at the same time people trust you. I think this is very important, because if we cannot be trusted, then who are we to understand another person's struggle or stories about their life, right? So thank you very much. But Leonard, what about you? You have been a financial planner for many years, so what's the reason that you think you're still keeping you as a financial planner?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I still remember previously, before I convert myself to become a financial planner, I was an insurance agent. But on that time, I already think, how can I provide a better solution to my client? So I noticed that there's a licensed financial planner in the market, but not quite famous at the time. So I tried to make a decision to study CFP. So after I studied CFP, so I noticed that to become a licensed financial planner is not just about to provide multiple solutions on insurance products or investment solution. So it consists of philosophy of about cash flow, how to monitor our cash flow, overcome to choose to chase our objective, life objective. So after that, I tried to study CFP, and finally I graduated. So I tied with our principal company. I become a licensed financial planner. So I'm happy with what I'm doing now, because I really can provide unbiased solution and advice to our client. So this is the major thing I would like to convert myself to become a licensed financial planner.
So you like the fact that you are able to provide a solution or advice that is not biased towards any person, but maybe it's just solely to that can benefit the clients, and that is something that is important to you lah.
Yeah.
Very good. Good to know that I'm working with people who have good conscience. So what about this young lady? Maybe she will say because can earn money. Ewan, what I know that before you were a financial planner, you actually also work in a multinational corporation. that every one of us are not stranger to their products, and we love that very well as well. However, after a few years, you also decided that you needed to do something else, and this is where we happen to know each other. So why did you decided to quit your job and become a financial planner?
I like the feeling of being appreciated by my clients, and also at the same time, of course, my value of advice is being rewarded. But the best part for me is being able to help people other than realize their financial goal, but the most importantly is to take away their worries. But most people hear what I do for a living and think my job is all about the investments and talking about the numbers, but it's not completely not true, but that is just a small part of my job. But to me, being a licensed financial planner is to find the new possibilities. So technically, I got to dive into the possibilities of someone else's life and plan for their life and also money.
I like how you put it, how you say this, because a lot of time I realize when we deal with clients, we have a first meeting with clients, for example, they usually come with some worries in their head, and certain time worries actually prevent us from daring to dream about what is possible. But I'm happy that through working with you, they actually see that there are other possible ways for them to deal with their problems and also to achieve whatever goals that they think are important. So I'm curious, what kind of clients, or what does your client commonly looks like? Are they like young student, or are they like business people or people with family? Is there a particular group of people you
Initial,
serve with?
There are no really like a specific age or specific people, but initially I started to work with like young working adults, which is more more of my age, because I know their concerns and how to start or kickstart their first investment, and also how to buy their first house or purchase their first car. Everything is the first time. So probably when I always hear like other licensed financial planners case studies that how they do it or how they done it with their clients. So probably I can share with my young client as well. So after that, I started to work with working adults who probably have worked for about 5 years or even 10 years, and also at that point of time, probably they will need to start a family, start to planning to have kids. Then when this personal finance becomes more complicated, then they started to engage me for financial advice.
Mm, so that means you actually also grow with your clients. So from beginning, they were just rookie in the career in their office, but as working with you, they also gain more control and confidence with how they use their money to help them to live better. And when they progress into the next life phase, you also continue to provide them advice, because maybe that means we all really grow old with our clients together. Good to know that. So what about you, Leonard? What kind of clients, who are the kind of people that you find that is easier to help, or you can help them to find the biggest value from their time and the energy they spend with you?
Client type is most of them is age about 30 and above. Okay, usually it's a family type. Okay, most of them they are worry most about their retirement fund.
So I think the
Yeah.
connection is a bit weak. So I think I lost myself there just now midway when you were talking. So the last thing I heard is about retirement fund. Okay, what about you, Woon Bing? Are you a specialist working with people who are employees, salaried employee? Given that your colleagues who asked you last time, they were all from working people.
Yeah, you're right to say so. I think the initial people who work with me are full-time employees because I understand their work, their timing, and then their struggles. But moving on the years, this group of people expanded to retirees, and through retirees, I help to plan for their retirement, or look at their expenses, trimming unnecessary expenses, and looking at over medical if it is sufficient enough for the future. And also through the retirees and through the word of mouth, they also they mention to their peers that they have this financial planner. And recently, one of the referrals asked me about financial planning and told me that her daughter is interested to learn about financial planning. So when I asked how old is the daughter, she said that she's 17 years old. So okay, so I accidentally, so I entered into the student market where I brief her about financial planning and what to expect in the future when she started working, and what are the things to look out for, right? What are the possible things that she may need to save for and she need to purchase, and also to introduce her about the concept of emergency fund. So I always believe that emergency fund is something we should always have this category of money that stick with us through good time or bad time. Right? So that's about it.
So as young as 17, also wanting to know how to work with you and improve their financial knowledge, and so that when they start to earn their first ringgit, they know where to go to, how to manage it lah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
correct.
so what would be the most memorable feedback or client success story that you can recall offhand now, given that you have helped so many people about their money, right? Is there anyone that stand out in particular?
Okay. Maybe I could quote recently is I've been working with this client for a comprehensive plan, and through the 2 years of working, then I found what he told me, that the best thing that happened to him is saving for emergency fund out of the so many strategies and things that we put in place. Because then I asked him further, why does he think so? Then he thought that after working for 10 plus years, 20 years, this is the first time that he saw so much money in his bank account as serving as an emergency fund.
Wow.
And this gave him a very large impact, that through proper planning and through persistency, right, then he can do something that he think isn't possible.
I'm sure the feeling is amazing to your clients, because I cannot imagine if I were to work, like 20 years or 15 years, and then I realize that every month or every day I have to struggle to see or wonder why is my savings not growing. And for your clients in particular, he realized that through working with you for nearly 2 years, the emergency funds, he suddenly see that it's there. Not only that it is there, it's actually still stay with him. It's not spent yet, and it's still really there. And if there's anything that's not going right for him, I'm sure he has a real peace of mind knowing that he will be able to get through whatever challenge and don't have to worry too much. And I think that's important because it will allow people to really live in today and enjoy more, right? Not so distracted lah, as compared to when we worry a lot about money. What about Ewan? Do you have a memorable client success story that you think is make you feel very happy that your clients have achieved certain things or done certain things?
Yes, Kevin. Do you still remember? I still remember one of my clients who is a single lady, 40 years old. She approached me during also in the same event, investment event, and she was carrying a bag of
policy.
insurance policy and asked about the. Yes, you still remember, right? Okay. He asked about her insurance and retirements. So during the engagement, right, so I did a financial health check for her and found out that there is a big shortfall for her retirement fund if she did not make any actions on it. So even until now, after 3 years, so she is still being cooperative to share with me with her current situation so that I am able to make a review of what are the areas that she need to be aware of. Like for example, just recently she just recently moving into a new apartment, and I still remember last year about October or November, we actually discussed together on the budget allocating for the renovations and furnishing. So my memory is that what are the things that we should put in clients' priority and what is not. So in the end, this client told me at least she knows where she financially stands and where to move on.
It's just like, I mean, it's like in life, it's like we travel without a map, so we will never know that where are we going and where do we stand today, and if we are headed towards the right direction. So I think what you experience with that client is that through talking about the problems and did the financial health check that you've done with her, you actually provided a map and put it into her hand, which allows her to actually see where she stand 2 years ago and compared to her direction, is she moving towards the right direction. And I think moving into the house, if I remember correctly, is one of the very key and big goals for her, right? It's important for her that she own her house, that she don't need to pay rent or share the live with the parents without paying anything. So I believe achieving this is something, if I were you, I'll feel very happy for the clients as well. So I know that Leonard actually his line could have had some hiccup, so that's why just now his screen was frozen most of the time. So maybe before we say goodbye to two of you and we welcome the other two ladies, is there any advice that you want to offer to our audience, general advice that what they can do to improve their financial well-being? Who wants to start first?
Sir. Okay, let me start first. Okay, let me think. Everyone should work on your own financial plan. Okay, because I believe that everyone have their own pathway, to go. So this is where you can decide how to design your own life. So when crafting your own plans, right? So you can actually stand from the viewpoint of what your money can do for you. So eventually you will make saving and investing feel more intentional than just overspending it. So I think the best part of doing your own financial plan is putting your money and life under control, so that ultimately you live your life away from stress and worries about the future. But of course, and at the same time, you can still see what are the areas that you need to make improvement or plan ahead first. Like for example, if you know that these things will happen in your 30s to 50s, so you might thinking how to save and invest more in your 20s, or probably you want to start to think about your retirement age, whether or not to extend to have to accumulate more money so that you can live your retirement life more comfortably. That is a very simple advice I can offer to audience?
Sometimes the good things are meant to be simple and easy when we hear it, but the key is we have to just do it. So I think your suggestion is very crucial because in order for us to progress according to our terms and what we would like to see, it's very important that we start prepare now, because if we don't, when the time pass already, eventually I think it will become more difficult whatever we want to prepare or do. So it's a very timely suggestion, especially during time that is difficult and people will need to have more financial security and preparation. Woon Bing, what's the goal nugget from you?
Let me add on to what Evan have said. I think financial planning is actually not difficult, but it should not be taken lightly also, right? So because everything that we do every day has a little impact on our goals. If we deviate a little by little every day, it will soon be far away from reaching the destination, and it will take more resources and time for us to reverse the course to go back to what we have planned originally. So we should always practice begin with the end in mind, right? Then our actions will subconsciously work towards achieving what you want in life. Yeah. I mean, this is my short summary of advice to the audience out there.
Okay. Begin with the end in mind. Does it mean that I should actually think about what I want to have or achieve few years from now, and then maybe put up a picture or vision board to remind myself from time to time? Would it be better?
It will visually it will always help because like myself, I put some simple goals in my room written out so that it reminds me every day that I have some goals still haven't completed yet, and that it will keep myself motivated to accomplish it. So visually, yes, it will help because apart from thinking it, you also can see it, right? So with two senses, then it will keep us on track on what we are doing every day.
Okay, so I think both of you have shared very quality suggestion that we all can immediately put to use. And with that, I would like to thank you all, and I'll try to see how to bring in the other 2%. Seems that they have issue connecting, so that's what happened in life, right? We have thought everything will go well. We had tried to do a pre-run yesterday night. It went well, and then at the exact time, 10 minutes before the actual time, things start to show that surprises here and there. So now it goes back to how well prepared we are. And in this case, I have to be honest, I am not well prepared because my computer is very slow when I'm running this software, and I have to try to speak and also monitor the progress at the same time. So please bear with me. But at the same time, I would like to say thank you to you all, and I'll put you guys back to the green room for a while, and maybe we'll take a 2 to 3 minutes break and see what can I do with the situation as well. So we'll be back in a while.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad to announce that the other two guests, the three guests, they have successfully managed to join me in the green room already now. So things can go wrong, but it goes back to if we have the fundamentals right. And then for this, fundamentally, I have tried to uh, monitor how to run this, how to where to click, what to click, and just go back to troubleshooting. And happily to say that now resolved already. So let me bring back the normal screen first. Okay, so now I have two more guests. They are both ladies, which that means they are here. Okay, wait, the first one on my screen is Angie. So hi Angie.
Hi, Kevin.
Good afternoon to you. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Angie. I know you have been waiting in the backdrop there.
It's okay.
Well, Angie, the
Things are unpredictable.
yeah, unpredictable. So we just stick to the objective and why we started something, and then how to troubleshoot properly, following a system, and then we see what we can do about it. We control what we can control, and in that case, I'm just curious. I think I know that you have been involved in the financial services industry for the past 13 to 14 years, if I'm not mistaken.
11 years.
Oh, 11 years, right. So also we both
11
are
years.
a decade long in the industry, both of us, right? So I know that I know why I joined the industry and be a financial planner and join the profession. And I just curious, what about you? I'm sure your story is very worthy for people to also hear about it. Like what motivates you to be a financial planner?
Okay. Initially, I was an insurance agent. So during that time, actually, I would like to help my clients to be doing well in their insurance side. So after that, I have further to the estate planning so that I can give better advice to my clients. So apart from that, I start going through the CFP to understand more on the financial planning. Then eventually I can see that in the financial planning, we can provide those unbiased advice to our clients, and we can have a holistic view to the clients. So this is why I become a financial planner, because we want to help more people in the industry. As I can see that in the market, there is a lot of people, they are in terms of the financial literacy, they are lack of the knowledge on that. And then sometimes they tend to have something they do not plan well, or they plan too much, or sometimes they are putting the money at the wrong place, or having the financial scam, or even on the estate planning side, they are not aware actually the importance of having a will. So this is why a financial planner is able to provide the holistic view for them, to overseeing their overall financials, so that they are aligning with their financial goals.
So I see that what really drive your decision and also help you to still remain in doing the same thing is because you want to be doing something with your life that allows you to also help people along the way. And you see that certain area in our related to money, some of us are not really paying close attention or not doing that well. For example, maybe a lot of parents, they don't really have a will written, and they may not aware that it's actually how important it is for them to have a will. So maybe that's why we think we can do it later, it's not hurry, or maybe we are young. So but it's good that someone like you actually saw that there is a need for people to be told about the importance, and you also offered yourself to the profession so that you can continue to do all this work. So thank you very much for doing that. I'm sure a lot of parents actually learn a lot about and then also took the action to write their will, and that allows their children, especially those who are still young, to actually be protected in a way that we cannot imagine especially when things did not go right. So thank you, Angie. So now let's see about the next guest is Vivian. Vivian is also another person who is very passionate about financial planning, but I think I have never asked you what was the real reason that actually propel you to want to be a financial planner. So today I'm asking you this question, Vivian.
Yeah, okay, because yeah, I think I never share with you, right? So how I started my journey as a financial planner. Okay, before that, I was a unit trust agent. When I was in a unit trust agent, I was like in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Because why I joined as a unit trust agent is because I want to know more about investment. Because me myself as an investor, so I started from there, and then until in 2017, I met up with one of my clients, and during that time we were like having a discussion about retirement, and suddenly she burst out in tears because she was so worried about her retirement that she worried that she unable to retire. At that moment, something hit me and something kicked out. Because when I saw her in tears, I was like looking at myself as well, because I was worried about my retirement. So, and at that moment, I believe that most of the people that in Malaysia may not have the knowledge or even have the opportunity to plan out their retirement. So that made me wanted to find out more how to help her out. And then during that time, I met up with one of my friends, and then she introduced me about financial planning. And since then, I say, hey, what is financial planning? I'm so curious, and that's the reason why I enroll it, to find out more. Then I started from there. I means that I have to take up my CFP, right? So from there, I started my journey for 2.5 years. So during these 2.5 years, I have learned so much, and also I share so much with my client. They are so happy because I enroll in the CFP, because from there they know, they have the knowledge to help them out to plan out, or even have the financial literacy that they don't have before this. So this is how I started. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a very spot on, right? Because most of the time, what I hear people tell me is that these are things that we should have learned in school, but unfortunately, we were not taught about this. And myself, I can relate to that. So, I also do not understand why were we not taught about all these things in school, or maybe we were just too young to have interest in this topic. I'm not sure. So maybe that's why we do see a lot of
Exactly.
function or some contents nowadays is catered to parents, how to talk about money to their children. I mean, these are things that if they were
Yeah.
in the past, maybe things could be a little bit better for myself, the whole when I was growing up like that lah. Okay, so Vivian,
Yeah.
what do
True.
you like about being a financial planner most?
Yeah, yeah, very good question, Carrie. Because from what I'm experiencing now is so wonderful that I can see the improvement when when you are working along with them, with my clients, see how they improve on their finances, especially on their cash flow. Because a lot of people they thought that I have the money, then I jump into investment and then go into all those fancy type of products, go on to that. But before this, they have missed out the importance of this. So when you started to educate your clients, adding some idea, not idea, it's a knowledge for them to know the importance of the to manage your finances well on the basic thing. When you see the improvement, that make you so happy. It's just like you seeing a child starting the small little step, they're starting from the journey. This is how I feel it. So it's so great. You can see them, the improvement on that. And then every month they were sharing with you how wonderful, how things have improved on their their personal life or even their finances. This is how I see. I'm so happy and I'm so glad that I'm no I able to help them out. Yes.
Okay, I can relate to this as well. Just last week, a week ago, I was having a meeting with my clients. She was trying to, every month we sit down. Then when we first begin, we saw that actually she was spending more than she earned, and that actually caused a lot of worries in her mind, because she see that almost all the time, certain months, especially throughout a year lah. For example, every May she have to spend 1,000 plus extra for car insurance. Every year in September she has to pay for an insurance policy that is on yearly payment mode, and that is close to 6,000 like that. So it's a lot more. So in a year, at least there are four times that she has to fork out extra money, and it's not a small amount. It's like substantial, because it's like at least it's 1,000 and above, and even towards 6,000 a year. So these are the things that actually cause her to come to talk to me, and then we have a discussion, and eventually after 4 months now she's very relaxed and happy, because she know that this will not happen again a year later, because she's already, the money is there already, well prepared already. So it will go on continue like that. So I can definitely understand, and this is something I think I can say that money cannot buy this kind of feeling, and no job that I can imagine that I can do that can give me this kind of feeling. And this is perhaps for me why I'm still doing this work that I'm doing. What about Angie?
Okay. In terms of you mean like to become the financial planning side. So most of the clients actually they feel happy that, because for me I can provide unbiased advice to them. So for us actually all our advice are neutral, and we will give them the picture of there is a few plan, like plan A. If you, let's say you choose this direction, then what will be your goals? Then the plan B, then what will be the things that moving towards. So my clients feel happy that we are able to give some things that is really towards their needs. Actually, is really based on whatever their benefits is in of based on some things that benefit to us. Okay.
So you like the fact that you are in a position to help someone to make a better decision, so that they will have less regret later in the future lah. And through providing different options actually helps a person to make a better decision. The quality of the decision should be better compared to when we are not having more than one option, because when we have option, we get to have an opportunity to think about what's really the thing that we would like to have or see, or what we really want. And that's how you put the person to think about their own situation with a more attention. Sometimes if you have only one choice, we may think that we have no choice but to follow that thing, and therefore we can feel like it's not really our plan to begin with. So having choice, I think, is very good. So Angie, when do you think a person or someone, a member of public, should have a chat with you like a financial planner? When do a person should have a talk with a financial planner?
Okay. In fact, for financial planning, a lot of people they need it. Most of the people they feel like I don't need financial planner. In fact, whether this one actually I just maybe I just use the doctor analogy. For example, if let's say today we are healthy, we are good in terms of the financial. So why we need the financial planning since we already good enough? So this one is some sort of like, if let's say we are healthy, in fact, when we're healthy, we want something which is better. So we will become more healthier. So we will take some nutrition, all those things. So that like even our wealth, we can have better and have more. And even for those who are unhealthy, then we'll follow whatever they have at the moment, how to improve in their health in terms of the financial, so that they can go align with to improve align with their financial goals. Then for those who are not healthy, So it means they already have some problems in their financial. So as a financial planner, we will do the diagnosis, and then we'll find a solution how to improve on their wealth. So this one mainly will be based on prevention. Actually, is better than cure. So something we have to plan well so that everything will be aligned with what we're supposed to go. It's not wait until the day we come already, then only we will realize, oh, this thing is not done, that thing is not done, I should have done it earlier. This kind of regret.
Yeah, I think the main thing I learned here is that the best way to repair something is actually to prevent it from getting spoiled first. So the best way to not have to deal with all these unnecessary avoidable issue is that we first think about what are the things that within our control that we can do first. And when it comes to managing our financial well-being, I'm sure that there's a lot of things that we can actually put in place to prevent things from getting bad or going south, which is like, the best advice that I can think of now is live within your mean. This is a very simple, straightforward things, but because a lot of us may not be able to really practice and preach this so well, and when we will not be able to live within our mean, it actually plant a seed for a lot of issue to go wrong. So I think you're very right. The best way to do something is to prepare for it, is to prevent it, and think about what we can do. And if really, let's say things really goes wrong and something really comes up and we don't like to see or deal with it, there's a problem, you have to solve it. The better way to solve a problem now is to find out what is the cause, and then to find out what are the actions that can actually treat the cause, not treat the symptom. So I like what you say about diagnosis, because you will find out what is the real thing that can be done, not look at the symptom. Symptom is like, fever, and then I give you something that can take away the fever. But if I don't take away the real cause, that fever is going to return anytime soon later. So very good. What about you, Vivian? When do you think, do you have anything to add on to what Angie said?
Actually, it's as young, when they started, they start to work. So it's a good time for them to seek for professional help. Means that seek for their advice. So to see whether what kind of product, what kind of investment instrument that they can use on that part. So and then the other thing would be like going further on when the things that going much more complex. So it's good that you seek for professional help on to like what Angie said, a holistic view on your financial your on your financial position, whether it's on track or out of track. So it's good time for these both of categories they can come forward, and seek for help.
So as young as possible should actually mean start from like fresh graduate, they just finish their internship or study. So this is also they will benefit from having a chat with a financial planner, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Vivian, you have been helping a lot of clients, but I'm sure along the way you do also have some frustration or challenge that actually may slow you or drag you down. Is there anything that you want to share with us?
Some of our clients may see us financial planner as a unit trust agent or even insurance agent. Then they will start and then ask you a certain question that what kind of investment product I need. So, but you have to be sure, not to be sure means that you have to know that the difference between financial planner and unit trust agent, because we need to know. Like what Angie said, we just like a doctor, a specialist doctor that diagnose, what kind of sickness are you now, whether you are in a cancer patient or just a simple flu. We need to diagnose first, then we can give you the proper diagnosis and even medicine or even the supplement of the medicine for you. It doesn't mean that we do not want to help you. We want, just that we need you to be more be open. Let's know what kind of sickness are you facing now. what kind of your objective on this product, the time frame that you want for this product. Just be open, because some of our client may not wanted to review so much. This is some of the frustration. Then it also means that we need to seek their trust from there.
Okay, by diagnosis first, I think it also helps us to discuss something that's quite important. That is, not every solution require a financial product. Some of it can be just a piece of paper that we call you just allocate where you want to allocate your money, like a small simple budget. That can be a solution, and it's just up to the person how determined are we about following and follow through on the plans that we want to take the action on. And the result actually does not come from buying products or doing anything, except the action and the determination and the willpower that we have towards the change that we said we want. So it goes back to how motivated the client is. So that is personally why I spend a lot of time understanding a person's motivation and why they wanted something, why they dislike something. I think that is very powerful tool to focus on. Angie, do you have just now I asked Yiwen and Wenbing their memorable success story of their clients. Do you have one that you can recall that you can share with us?
Yeah. Okay. I have a clients before seeking for the advice. At the moment, actually, she has done some things already in her financial. But when we do the diagnosis on her, in fact, she is too liquid, and she have putting a lot of money in the bank or in the ASB or Tabung Haji, which is for us actually, we want to create some sufficient emergency funding, but we do not want to be too much liquid until our money is not growing. Because for us, we have a lot of life goals we would like to achieve. That's why the proper asset allocation is very important, so that we are able to put the money into the correct places, whereby certain money is to keep it for emergency use, for short-term use, or some money we have to put it into the long-term or medium-long, aligned with our goals. And at the same time, they need to, because initially she have done some protection on the well, but she have ignore on the children's part. Certain things actually is not complete, especially on the estate planning side. So when I told her regarding what happened, because for this clients actually she's married with young children. So when I mentioned to her the scenario, what happened if, let's say, both husband and wife is no longer around, then this makes her have the realization, oh yeah, I never think about this. So what should I do in order to solve these problems? So this is something actually, by engaging a financial planner, so you are able to know things that you are not aware of.
Yes.
Especially when we do the full diagnosis from the overall financial, then she'll know where will be the diagnosis and which areas is supposed to be improved, so that they will work align with their goals then.
I think it's very important that sometimes we have someone to remind us on something or point out something that we are not aware of that could potentially cause a huge disruption to our whatever we value in life. So having a person to remind us on our blind spot, to point it out, I think this is something quite valuable, and there's no amount of money can buy this kind of thing, because it really, like what you say, it helps us to prevent. It put us in a better position to deal with things when it really happened, because we already done all the prevention work that we could have done today. Very good. Vivian, do you have any client success story or a memorable experience with your clients that you want to share with the audience?
That will be the recent one. One of my clients, she's having a cash flow issue, and because of she lost of income, and then from there it's quite worry on that part because she's been using her emergency funding, and also the emergency funding is going down quite low, and then she's been using her saving, which is tagged for another purposes. So from there, we try to help her out to sort for some of the cash flow, meaning that certain area that she need to monitor on and certain areas she need to cut on. But the main thing is for her income. But luckily, and then she managed to get back on her feet, means that she get a job back. So from since then she started to work, and then the income has been stable. And then I can see her, the way how she looking at money, means that the habits of her spending or even the behavior on money have been changed a lot. This is most for me is most memorable, also most motivate, which is very motivation for me to guide